There are evil people who snatch kids away from the one place on earth that they should be completely safe, their own beds.
Residents in this area are asking vigilance. Review your surveillance cameras and contact police if you observe anything suspicious. If you see this individual, call 911 immediately.
Last seen in his home in Tennessee on February 25th. He was put to bed, tucked in, bad choice of words, on the 26th. Mother doesn't see him there, reported missing. I might have the day wrong. I just got off a long call and there are a ton of dates on it, so I'm sorry. And I'm going to explain that call because it's a cool one. So what we know is that there is a high chance, and I don't like to say it like that, but there really is a high chance that Sebastian is alive and that he is being taken care of and that he's being kept, like, not beat or abused, but he is being taken care of, going to school. There is a lot of, there's more pointing towards that than any death, which is good, thank God. Because if we had gotten into this and the first overwhelming consensus from the TBI, FBI, and the other agencies, if they had said that we believe he's deceased, that would have definitely changed a lot, but we wouldn't have known that until after we got involved, right? They don't tell us that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's very likely that he is alive and well. And I want to emphasize that because you guys have to be on the lookout now. I know months ago they had asked people to start looking at their surveillance again. And in the coming days, once we have a more narrow area, we're going to do the same thing and do that via press release to all the networks that will then blast it out. There are certain regions that we want to be on the lookout because we want to bring Sebastian home before Christmas, and we want an answer before Christmas. That might sound like sounds like a long time. To you guys, it might not because it's been 7 months. The longest I've been on a single case or story is 69 days for, like, I mean, consistent working on, not including investigative reports that took 2 or 3 years. Those are done one day here, one day next month. I'm talking about this, where we are all in until capture, or in this case, rescue. We want to find him before Christmas. We don't want to be here in 25 doing it, but we will be. We don't want to be here in 27 doing it, but we will be. We don't want to be here when I'm 60, but we will be. And we won't, though, because let me tell you, the companies, there's a reason that the U.S. government and other agencies, but mostly the U.S. government, they work a lot with private contractors because for example, their cases are backlogged. They don't have the time to go through the minuscule tasks, the boring stuff, making sure X, Y, and Z. There's the small, annoying tasks, and then there are the complex tasks. And in this case, we're not on it for any complex tasks. We're not on it for any small tasks. Our job is independent, but it's an interesting one because today we had a conference call with Dog's team, his high-risk fugitive task force, and it's a force that consists of a lot of wild guys and girls, everything from every letter in the alphabet he has a former agent from that had just retired, fresh. So he's got some very good manpower. And then at night has a lot of technology, a lot of resources, a lot of lawyers, a lot of people that can call people. We have, for example, there'll be a call with, I don't know the governor's name in Tennessee, I'm sorry, but One World's attorney is going to speak with the governor out in Tennessee because One World's attorney is the former Pennsylvania Attorney General, right? So that companies like this get involved because of the ability to make phone calls, to get the higher ups, the governors of the states, the feds. I mean, the FBI is already on the case. They are on it. They got on it and I know they announced that they've been on it for a while, but it was toward the end of August. And that's not a problem. It's just because they had no need to get involved, right? Private contractors come in when the case needs help, whether it be raising awareness, whether it be locating subjects, whether it be locating intelligence. Thank you for the membership. I have to do shout outs down the road. I'm going to do it. I get lost easily if I get off track. But again, a lot of the services that are offered are like the truth serum stuff. Yeah, there are territories that's allowed, and U.S. territories. So the company that does that stuff, it's not like it's a crack house. It's a literal operation, and it's been done before for other people. Now, this is interesting because it's funny. This company that is essentially, they've worked trials. They do everything from, let me think of names that I can say that won't. They have done a lot of rather newsworthy stuff. They have successfully gotten people into Me Too and out of Me Too, which is wild, right? So they helped the government get certain people into the Me Too situation, and because they needed to, they were monsters, and then they helped others get out of it, which is wild. They are able to do that kind of stuff because not that they have connects, but they have manpower, they have technology, they have money, and they have time. And when you have those things, stuff gets done. And this is the first time I think I've been looking. This is the first time that people really know about the company. And that's for a reason. The only people that ever hire services I could think of, probably I go to their following, and those are the kind of people they have. I mean, it's wild. The Clinton Foundation, the Stallones of the world, Miramax, Warner Brothers, people that need answers that are way, like, the higher ups, and the companies that can't get it without hiring former intelligence officers, not me, but like the company that owns the place, right? And that's why they're involved. And this isn't like we're competing with the law enforcement. We're not at all. So we spoke with TBI yesterday. Great call, conversation with Special Agent Simmons. He is in charge of the case for TBI. I'm sure you've seen his name, Bobby Simmons. Amazing man, very dedicated to the case, and he is thankful that we are here. And it's not because we're bringing it's not about the publicity. It's the fact that this company has opened up communication channels that in the coming days, let's put it like this, there will be 5 or 6 thousand faxes, missing persons faxes, sent to the need to know places. There will be automated phone calls urging people to call in certain areas. There will be a lot of unique methods to try and zero in on where Sebastian is. It is more likely than not that the boy is alive and that he is well. He's not tortured or any of that. And that's a good thing if he is alive. And that's not a confirmation that he's alive. And we get to that because there is only one indicator that there is foul play. One official. And I don't care what the YouTubers say. There is one official indicator of foul play. And it's way too soon to really talk about that indicator. But when they clear that indicator, then there might not be any foul play. And a lot of the people that have been pointing fingers, you guys pointed it at the wrong person and it worked. It worked because let's put it like this. If Sebastian is alive, which is a very high chance, and after you review the material, you speak to the agents directly involved, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that you need at least one indicator, okay? Something tiny. They did wild searches as far as when it came to searching the home of the parents. They did that very thoroughly. Now, this is where stuff got botched, and it was right after that. And this is where YouTube comes in. YouTube, you guys quickly turned. Opinion is amazing because we have the right to say whatever we want. Not whatever. It's the U.S., but we have the freedom of speech. But freedom of speech does not protect you from the consequences of speaking freely, guys. It just doesn't, depending on the situation. 7 months ago, a little boy went missing. Within days, there was a suspect, but not from police, from YouTube. Now, that quickly hit like wildfire. And what happens? As the father is searching for his son, it's possible that attention right there, that whole spectacle, literally gave them that freeway to execute that plan and keep Sebastian alive and well. Keep in mind, Sebastian does not know better. He doesn't. If he's in a home with a family member, like somebody that might a distant family member, he doesn't know. If he's in the home with a nanny and they're like, "Yeah, no, your mom and your dad are coming. They said that you're going to be here." He doesn't know better, and that's why whoever did this, you're getting some aggravated set of circumstances added to your sentence, and it's never too late to turn yourself in. And the best way to do it is to show up at the local police station with little Sebastian and you hand him over to the police and then you explain yourself. You don't have to call everybody. You don't have to call the cops. You get in your car and you drive to the local police station and you spill the tea. You tell them who told you to do what. You tell them what the plan was. You tell them why you got out of it. You tell them why you were scared to do it or why you were scared to call the cops. You tell them everything. And they will most likely be lenient on you. Let me tell you, because they want to find this boy alive and well. They want him to graduate. They want him to have a life. They want him to live his life. They don't want it to be cut short out of some stupidity of somebody that's scared to call the cops because they think they're going to go to prison. No, it's not too late, but it will be too late very soon because this case is about to start costing a lot of money. This is where I guess another interesting factor comes in. When you have a private contractor that employs everybody from former AGs to former feds to experts to body language experts that testified at trials like the Kennedy JFK, literally, there is somebody that is still at the firm. It's an immediate relative of the body language expert from JFK's trial. Like these guys hire those people, and that's why their clientele there's literally, it just says their retainers $500,000, call us, and that's the minimum. But that's why they charge that, because you don't get that kind of service unless it's a big job, right? And you need a lot of money, unfortunately. When the FBI and the state here, and they heard 2 weeks ago, the company reached out to them 2 weeks ago, before any of you guys even you guys were always tweeting me to get involved, but before any of you guys knew I was actually going to tweet, I'm looking for information. We were in talks with TBI. We were in talks with the FBI. We were in talks with our contacts in DC to see if we were going to step on toes. We wanted to make sure we weren't. And honestly, we were still a little bit skeptical to get involved because we're 7 months late and this is a lifetime commitment. It's not something we can get in and leave. Our contracts don't work like that. They don't have an end date because this company guarantees an answer. So when they do that, that easily means that when they don't have an answer in 2 weeks, what do? Ramp up the search. 2 weeks again, ramp up the search. I'm pretty sure the FBI and the TBI don't want to look like they are being, like they don't have money, or maybe that they need some money from a private contractor. When the private contractors bring in more entities and get more done, it's not going to happen. So what's going to happen is the FBI is going to bolster their team, TBI is going to bolster their team, and we're going to have a lot of people looking for answers. Right now, we have received many tips. Your tips that you have sent us and the ones that you ask us to send straight to law enforcement, they don't go to the general inbox. They go to a specialized inbox at tbi.gov's website. It goes to everybody on the case. So that way the entire TBI doesn't get it. It goes to the people looking for Sebastian. Everybody from Mr. Simmons, Special Agent Simmons, who is a godsend, a great guy, great law enforcement. He's on the case. He wants answers. He also understands that in cases like this, we had to talk about YouTube. And that was kind of one of the center points of my conversation with Special Agent Simmons. It was about YouTube, guys. He, too, was trying to grasp how the internet was able to twist a case that wasn't that twistable and turn it into something it wasn't. That right there gave so much time to anybody that had bad intent for Sebastian, or if they wanted to interfere with custody, or if they wanted business deal. That opened up the door, because when he went missing, search crews started, and then YouTubers decided, let's name this guy as a suspect. What happens? Here we are 7 months later, and now we will find Sebastian. We will find answers. But it's interesting because, like I tweeted earlier, I quoted a tweet from the Cavalcante coverage, and I thanked YouTube for everybody's support and what a great community it was. I don't know what happened in the past few months. Shout out to Grizzly True Crime. You are still the top of my list. Many of you still are, I think. I have to go through. I'm not a YouTuber, so I watch Mel. I watch like Pursuits, but I don't know their take on the case. And in this case, I am taking it much more personal because we're dealing with a child. We're not dealing with a manhunt. We're not dealing with a mass shooter. We're not dealing with just like a ton of other things. We're dealing with a child. And then when you guys point the finger, if we are right and that we pointed the right finger at the right person, cool. Yes. But obviously, one of you guys are wrong, right? Because you have Team Proud Feet. Proud foot, but proud feet, plural. And then you have Team Seth. Where's Team Sebastian? Does he have one, guys? Does Sebastian have a team? Because I'd like to join that one. If not, welcome to Team Sebastian and F Team Seth and F Team Proud Feet. This isn't about them. This isn't. This is about their child, not Proudfoot stepdad, the guy, child. It's not his kid. This is about Kate and Seth's child. And let me tell you something. The stuff you guys put them through is nothing compared to what's coming if they're lying to us. And that, I promise you, whatever you guys did to them, like all of that combined, is nothing compared to what will come if we find out that there is an iota of information provided to us that is false. You bet your bottom dollar there will be a court of public opinion frenzy. And you don't have to go to YouTube to find it, because I promise you we'll have it on TMZ, the Daily Mail, ABC World News. We will have it everywhere because that's where it belongs. We need to blast people like that, not on YouTube, for the world. I want the whole world to know about the monster that did this. But we don't know who the monster is yet. We just don't. And I'm not putting the whole blame on YouTube whatsoever, but I am saying you guys are hurting people. I cover stories on the ground. That's why I rarely have any coverage on here, right? I don't go, I know what they go through. Look at Cavalcante, the small farm. I always use that as an example because unless you go and visit the place, you won't understand what the heck you guys, and I keep saying you guys, what YouTube did to them, to her. The amount of hate, the amount of death threats. For what? A widow who looks like Meredith Grey, but a shorter one going outside unarmed to fight a killer, and you guys are going to send her a death threat? Give me a break. And that's what we're dealing with here, guys. You don't know the damage that is done when your kid is missing and you blame it on the guy without even knowing, or you blame it on Kate. Don't blame it on Seth. Don't blame it on anybody. This might be a heated custody battle. You're damn right. But we don't know yet. And let me tell you again, I'm vicious. If they are lying, if anybody that we speak to lies, I'm not going to do a little YouTube video. It's going to be Dog. That's where Dog takes the baton, because Dog, he'll get the message out. That's what he does. And then he'll show up to that house and he will blare that. Listen, you guys want to see them get publicly shamed for real? The real people that did this, the real culprits? Then that's what we are going to do. That's the plan. By Christmas, we want to have a Christmas present for Sebastian, and that's going to be bringing him home and putting these monsters on so many news channels that people in Somalia know about them. They don't have YouTube in Somalia. I love YouTube. I love you guys. I really do. I'm not like I'm disappointed very at the amount of like how crazy some of these creators are, right? Yeah, I appreciate that you guys sent me followers, but you can take them back if they're like you, because I don't want them. Like, I really don't. I don't care for followers. I only want real people that truly care about the cause that we are after. And in this, it's Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Kate. It is about them. It's about their child. I want to find them. And let me tell you something. If I find out one of those two did something, I guarantee you I'm going to slap the hell out of them, and then they're going to be all over the world news. We'll get that done. It's not going to take 6 months. It's not going to take a year. It's not going to take 2 years. Give us a couple of weeks. Give us a month and watch how fast stuff gets done. Just like they said last night on News Nation, the resources are indispensable, and they're not one-sided. They're not here to help Seth. No, they're not here to help anybody but Sebastian. And that's clear with law enforcement. That's why everything is transparent. Whatever Seth tells at night agents and Dog's agents is immediately relayed to TBI, to the FBI. Digital footprint, another thing. Okay, so let me put this out there. At Night has started an extraction of various electronic devices because we have consent from the owner, right, Seth. We are going to have a digital footprint, and the technology that these guys have will be able to tell if it's a new phone, when he activated it, all the crap, everything that was deleted. And then we ask them about that. Not we, they, you know what I'm saying. And if it turns out to be something that is newsworthy, it comes out. But if it's not newsworthy, we wait 2 weeks. It's like a something that's fermenting. You wait 2 weeks because it's going to turn into one, okay? Because if he lied, we'll say, okay, man, we understand. My first phone call is to Agent Simmons. Second phone call is to the FBI. My third phone call is to the other agencies in charge. And we let them know. Again, guys, we aren't here to step on toes. We're here to find Sebastian. We don't work. Yes, we have been brought in because Seth had, not we, at night, because Seth was being literally, he's the main story. It's not, we're not coming in to help Seth. We're coming in to find Sebastian and get the attention where it has to go. And when it's time to have attention on Seth, It'll be there. And when there's time to have attention on Katie, it'll be there. Time will tell if they'll both have good attention, if one of them will be known as a monster, or if they'll both go to prison. Time will tell. But right now, I can tell you something that is 100% as confirmed as it gets. The guy, Seth, has been cooperating more than anybody. The company has literally, and TBI, FBI, they have, before At Night got involved, they had done the same stuff, same tests, not serum, talking about other stuff, polygraphs. They had done hypnosis. No, they didn't do hypnosis, they did polygraph. At Night is going to do hypnosis. That, again, it's what they do. They get answers. And if you're willing to pay that company to come and offer services, whoever the hell pays, they're gonna do it if you want it. Hey, do you want us to give you the whatever hypnosis? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Does it work? I don't know. How would I know if it works? But they offer it. They do. So it's stuff like that. And at the end of the day, he is extremely cooperative. People say, look at the body language on News Nation. Put yourself in his shoes. 7 months looking for your kid, being called the killer, being called the pedo, being called this, being called a monster. Meanwhile, you're the only one that's out there looking, and you're the monster? Okay. Again, the rumors that are going around. He didn't hire a PI company. He did, because At Night agency coordinated after they were retained to get the file and share it to make sure that they have everything that is there already. So they're not starting from scratch. When it comes down to it, maybe there still is a chance. Everybody's a suspect. He's not, everybody is a suspect. Should we make a song? Everybody is a damn suspect. Kate, Seth, Chris. The only person that is cooperating completely and not taking drugs to do it is Seth. Okay. Now, yeah, I guess you could go take a polygraph all Xanaxed out and call that cooperating. Sure. But that's not cooperation. And that's the kind of stuff, that's a fact. See, that's the difference. The facts are crazier than the fiction that goes through. If you're going to cooperate, why are you getting yelled at and being told by other family members, why didn't you go with an attorney? See, that doesn't happen to Seth because Seth goes in willingly, right? And I didn't know anything about that Seth guy. I actually thought he was a piece of work until we not heard from him. I don't care. I don't give a shit what he says. I don't care what, I'm sorry to curse. Sorry. I don't care what he says. I don't care what Kate says. I don't care what Chris says. I care what the file says. I care what the evidence shows. And I care what we know. And what we know is he is the only one cooperating. By definition, none of you in this chat would ever submit to giving your phone and your electronics to that company. None of you, because it pulls everything, every history in your browser that you deleted. So if you've ever watched, all of that, that's all there. So yeah, you'll submit to that. Let me find any of you guys. And if you are, drop your email in the comments and let's do it. It better be a phone that's at least 5 years old and do it. If you do that and you let us go through your phone and not find a crime, I'll give you $100, 200, 1,000, because you won't submit to it and you've got nothing to hide. Why is Seth submitting to it? Because he really is tired of the bullying, and that's what it turned into. Kate, where are you going to come and look for your kid? Chris, are you going to come and look? It's time for people to start asking those questions. Don't hide in your little house. We're coming for you. If you are responsible, you better bet your bottom dollar. Save money for an attorney, and you need a very good one. Because let me tell you, if you are responsible, which right now, I'm not going to say that, yeah, it's her, it's them, because we don't know. What we do know is that Seth has cooperated completely. People are saying their electronics were taken. Well, let me tell you guys about how that went down. Is it already known about the whole? Yeah. So again, the cops go to the house. They have a group interrogation where they talk to everybody. A family that doesn't get along is interrogated together to tell the truth. Okay, that's where they first messed up. Sumner County, which is why they're not even on our contact list, just like DeSoto County. Those little counties. Sumner County might be working with that Tuggle guy with Zimmerman. But anyway, guys, back on the topic. If there is nothing indicating that this person did it, you're going through a Facebook post. He said this. Facebook versus forensics. Facebook versus forensics. Again, guys, and the people that say, how do I know? How do you know? Look at my track record on coverage since September of 23 and look at yours. Every time we said 72 hours, it happened. We found out what? That Danilo escaped the perimeter when? The day before? Yeah. What did we do with Bibb County? Called all four? Yeah. Zimmerman chased him state to state without leaving the sofa? Yeah. So, yeah, our connections aren't that good, but the FBI calls us for help all the time. I don't need to explain any more than that, but back to Sebastian. Again, guys, there isn't enough to say that Seth is, I guess, cleared per se because they don't know what time the young boy disappeared. But when it comes down to it, his cell, fine. His car, fine. Unless the guy went out and got a 1965, like some kind of a crazy car with no electronics and ditched every single piece of surveillance, then he did it. But is he that smart? I'm not calling him stupid, but I mean, you guys call him stupid. So then let me ask you, is he that smart to do that? You think he went and bought all of that? He bought an old car from before a certain year, got another phone, got rid of the other phone, all without being traced. He used his what? Credit card? Give me a break, guys. He's not a mastermind. He's I'm not a mastermind. And you guys call him stupid all the time. There you go. So you think that a stupid guy pulled that off? He broke into the house? How? Have you seen him? I'm sorry, I'm not coming at your weight, Seth, but he didn't come through the damn window. I'll tell you right now. So then what? He came in the front door? Did you guys give Sebastian out? Like, what is going on with you guys in that family? Whatever it is, family. What's going on? I don't know, but we will find out. Again, guys, this is going to be about rumor control. What we know right now is that Seth is cooperating. I don't care what anybody else says. Katie and Christopher have not been cooperating. We're going to be making contact. Well, not me, but I'm assuming maybe they already made contact. And if they did, TI knows. So time will tell. The fact that I was given the green light to discuss Katie from the task force, not the feds, from the at night guys that are on it, means that they have had no luck with her. So, Katie, where are you? Please call 325236. We'll be coming to your house to ask you some questions. Not me, they. So, I mean, there's one of two ways you can do this, girl. Cooperate, don't cooperate. We really don't care. We're here to find your son. We're going to find him. We're going to find out what happened. Ooh, I'm sorry for coming at you like that. That was kind of rude. But if it is, you've got no idea what's coming. And the same goes for Seth. Look, I don't trust him. I don't. You know why? Because I only trust Sebastian is missing. That's it. That's what I trust. I don't trust Seth. I don't trust Kate. I don't trust the Chris. But I'm not going to slam them and call them all guilty. But what I will do is say that he's cooperating. Those two, good luck getting them to cooperate. Where were they last night? No News Nation? Interesting. Why? Because they don't want to be on TV. You know why? Body language experts. And the company at night had four renowned body language experts last night hoping that they would show, and they didn't. So let me tell you guys, we are on to a lot with these people. And the body language experts that we hire aren't these like crazy people. They're the people that testify at R. Kelly's trial, at the trial of Harvey Weinstein, Trump's trial. Like these are the best. We have lip readers, not we, that company. They're pretty. And honestly, by after this, maybe they should start hiring some of you guys, the ones that have been able to find the truth and not go with the gossip. There's been so much gossip, it's been convoluted. How do you take a one-page website that hasn't changed in like 8 months and turn it into 8 months of content? How? One sentence a week? Sebastian is missing the next day. He was 15 years old. He was last seen the night before. His mother went to wake him up. Like, what do you do? It's one page. How much? You read it, you wait for the next. If there is not another lead, you do chase them, but not from out of state. And if you're in the state, you do it with respect and you do it with blinders on. If you walk into this thing with a team, you're screwed from the outset. And that's why we came in with blinders on because we don't want to. Our team is very simple. Sebastian, that's it. It's not hard. There's no team Seth. There's no team Kate. No team Chris. But let me tell you, there's going to be a cell block for people in this case very soon. There's going to be some of that. If Sebastian is harmed, this thing will blow up beyond belief. If he is alive, it'll still be big, but we will be obviously we want everybody wants Sebastian home. That is the goal. And if it's too late to turn back because it's done, good luck because we're coming and we will find you. We will hunt you down, and that's what we do. We catch killers, we catch fugitives, we catch escapees. I mean, yeah, I'm on YouTube, but it's called intelligence and gathering. The comments that we got there in Cavalcante, a lot of idiots that comment that are part of the case. I love commenters that are real, but then we have idiots that work with the killers, right? We have idiots that work with Joshua Zimmerman, right? That's how people get caught. So again, guys, if they did it, they're going to get found. 100%. The pressure is up. And you know why it's up? Do you think the FBI and TBI, even though they're working not with, it's independent, but they are communicating, do you think they want to be beat by dog? I'm not making it sound bad, but do you think they want to be beat by him as far as getting a credible lead? No. And when I say credible, in about 2 weeks, I hope the Proudfoots don't go on vacation. Don't, because that'll just be an interesting factor. And what's interesting is nobody has really touched base on the tide turning. Because yesterday, obviously, I mean, I have to watch some streams. Maybe somebody did. But guys, that was day one. The night before didn't count. That was just like a little teaser. Day one was yesterday. Day two is today. Day three, let me tell you, the schedule is full when it comes down to getting this out there, when it comes down to getting publicity out there, not for a circus, for Sebastian, to make the pressure skyrocket, to make the FBI, and guess what? Not make, but the FBI is going to go to Sumner County and see their file and let them find out that they did nothing. Boy, the fines that they're going to get hit with. There goes their budget, defunded. If you guys didn't do your job, you better start now, because call the FBI. Actually, it's the same field office. If you call downstairs, I don't know what floor you're on, FBI Memphis, on, I think it was June 20th, there was work done between us and FBI in Memphis. Call down there and you ask them what happens when we get involved, when the public wants to know what happened and what's going on in DeSoto County. You guys know DeSoto County, right? There's now 4 grand juries on that place. They're about to shut that whole county down, lock them all up. That's what happens when you botch a case and the FBI looks stupid. They caught Zimmerman in Chicago. They looked stupid. So now, you know who's going to look stupid? A lot of people wearing orange in Tennessee for taking them out and bringing them out whining and dining a killer. Nice job. But that's what we do. We hunt people and we search for answers. In this case, we're on a manhunt for information. We're on a manhunt for intelligence. We're working with some of the best people in the world when it comes to assets and what they can bring in. Again, guys, when we have an area that we think is a serious region of interest, and we're not going to be throwing this area, go here, because when we have a region of interest, we are coming in heavy. And that means that we want to make sure that there is no leaving that region of interest until after it's surrounded, you know? So it's not going to be on X or YouTube right away, but probably 20 minutes after it's established. But let me tell you guys again, we are going to find out what happened. My message to the family members, reach out to us. If you already did and you lied, we'll be back. We're not going anywhere, literally, guys. I might as well come over for Christmas with dog and everybody, because we're going to be stuck to the hip until your son is found. I'm not leaving. So we're here. We're not going anywhere. But if I find out that you lie, you're going to have a bigger problem than this whole thing, the whole manhunt, because you misled the wrong agencies, and then you're really going to tick off a lot of like networks and people. Both of you, the Proudfoots and Seth. That's why I am urging the Proudfoots to go on News Nation, go on and have a civil conversation. Let's go on. I can arrange for Dr. Phil. I can arrange possibly for Dr. Phil, most likely for Dr. Phil. So why don't you guys, would you do that? Proud feet, you're not getting paid $1. I'll tell you that right now. And if there is money, it's going to Sebastian. But if you agree, if you guys can get the Proudfoots to agree to go on Dr. Phil, I'll reach out and see if he would do a little meeting with the guys, and we'll film it. And let's have a little conversation, because we can get him on Dr. Phil. I'm good friends with little Phil. So let's do that. Instead of going, I know you guys are scared of News Nation. I'll take you to a doctor, a therapist. That way you can talk it out. We'll have a civil conversation. I'm sure Seth will do it because he wants to find his son. And I'm not saying you don't, but show something that shows that you want to know where your kid is. Show something. Show me one receipt that you spent putting gas to go find your son, not in an RV. Show me receipts that show anything that you've done other than buy stuff that has nothing to do with looking for your son. Find me one thing you've done to look for your son other than go on YouTube and look for videos. That's not looking for your son. That's looking to save yourself. That's looking to save your face. And guess what? The FBI watches YouTube like it's nothing. It's all AI now there. So it literally picks up every single word. It picks up all the comments. runs the IP addresses. So you're an idiot if you think Kate and Chris that you guys are incognito on these little groups and comments. You're not at all. Stay on YouTube. Keep fueling it because you're gonna find your son like that. Hooray! Give me a break. Go out and look for your kid if he's truly missing and you don't know where he is. I'd be out there looking. He's not even my kid. What are you doing? Going out on vacation? Give me a break, Brian Laundrie. What are you doing? What? This is like, what are you people doing? Did you copy paste the laundry playbook and try to fit Sebastian into it? It's over now. Start looking for your son. Start cooperating. Start going on television. Don't say you don't want publicity. Get the hell out of here. Your kid's missing. He could be dead. You want publicity, you idiot. We need as much publicity as you can get. Right now, the world doesn't even really know your voice except some YouTube channels. Great work. Let's get on Dr. Phil, get this thing solved. Let's go on News Nation. Let's go on CNN. You pick. We'll make it happen. Good Morning America, you want to go on? Let's go. The Today Show, let's go. You want to do like the Jennifer Hudson show? I'll call Andy Lassner, good friend. Let's go. You pick, let's go. We need answers. If you want to make it into like a celebrity thing, we'll put you on the celebrity shows. We don't want to do that. Cooperate, lady. Cooperate. I'm sorry for like pointing a finger, but it's time to, because you guys have been pointing fingers, and I'm not saying she did it. I'm just saying cooperate. That's it. Look for your kid and cooperate. So then we know you didn't do it. Just like we are starting to understand that Seth is more likely than not the person people should be pointing fingers at. We don't know 100% yet. We can't say that. But what we can say is he's cooperating. Where are they at? Where? Puerto Rico? Alaska? What hotel you guys hanging out at? You had a resort celebrating Sebastian's disappearance, you sickos. Who goes on vacation when their kid vanishes unless they know where he's at? Give me a break. It's 24. Grow up and then go to hell. That's honestly the best advice I can give you. This boy doesn't need to be victimized and abused. He doesn't know where he is. He trusts you. And you're going to do that? You've got a special place waiting for you. And this isn't out to Kate, this is out to whoever did it. You have a special place for yourself in hell and in the prison, and it's going to be waiting for you. Now, again, my number, 252-36. You can also email HX, that's one of the leads, agency. I know you watch YouTube, lady. Email, call. Don't make us call you. We have your number. We have your address. We have your husband's number. We have his mom's number. We have your cousin's numbers. We have your neighbor's numbers. We have your workplace numbers. We even have the homes that you installed Brinks at numbers, lady. This is a private intelligence agency. We're going to find your son and we're going to find him fast. We don't play games. It costs too much money to keep us out on the ground. We're not there yet, but when we get there, we get stuff done very quick. Again, your clientele, we know. I'm not saying they know anything, but guess what? When they start getting calls from feds talking about Brinks is going to get a phone call saying, hey, who'd you guys have install my security system? Because the FBI is asking about her. Yeah, you really want a woman that has the FBI knocking on doors installing your Brinks? That'll be nice. I'm not trying to put you out there, but guess what? Seth has been out there long enough. The poor guy's out there searching, and everybody over here is calling him all of these names. Why don't you guys look? I'm not even going to go there. We've seen the finances. We've seen the money spent by Seth. We've seen the stuff the authorities have, and authorities even spoke with us about him. And I'm not going to get into what else there is other than cooperate. Giving a phone over is not cooperating. Taking drugs to go get a drug test, to go take a lie detector, is not cooperating. Okay, that's not. Submit to a drug test before you go in if you want to start playing that game, because it's ridiculous. And also, it's very interesting that the only person that was very angry about truth serum came from left field and not Seth. So guys, again, this is about Sebastian, and I wanted to give you guys that little rant so that way Kate has an equal amount of whatever the heck, far from equal, because you guys, I mean, it's been done for 7 months, but that if you're going to say stuff about Seth, you say stuff about Kate, because the stuff about her and her little man are a lot worse. Now, a man looking for a kid, guilty. Now, what if he went on vacation? And what if Kate and Chris were looking? Then would you guys have said, Kate and Chris, you guys killed him? You guys, no, you wouldn't. No. You would have said, Seth, he left town in an RV. He did this. My God, there's Sebastian. Shame on you. What? Are you picking on him because of how he looks? We aren't bullies on YouTube, but there are some. But overall, we aren't. We don't bully people. We don't do that. We unite. There are kids that come here for unity, and this is what it's about. Don't try to hijack a case for an exclusive. Do it if you have an actual lead. And the YouTubers that have like do it like the Grizzlies of the world. My God, she's like an all-star. That is who you should be like, Grizzly. She is the one that does it correctly. She doesn't add shit. And I'm pretty sure Mel's the same way. I just have to double check on Sebastian stuff, but I don't think he adds stuff. But again, Grizzly, go to. She's the go to. And I hope she starts covering this. Grizzly, we can use you. We can really use you. And I'll put you in contact with other people, not me. And you can have their contact information to get information. So that way you are getting it from the horse's mouth as well. Stop getting it from these people. And you can get it from the media. You know why? Because from now on, the news is going to be in the know. Because the public needs to know what the hell is going on. But if you want it the day before it hits the CNNs, Grizzly, you've got it. We need you on the case because you're able to dissect stuff, and we need your dissection for this. And it would help. Put out everything you know about Seth. Put out everything you know about Kate and Christopher. Make it equal. That's all they're asking, and that's all that needs. I'm asking too, because we need to set the record straight. There's a missing boy. The focus has shifted so far out of this universe that the boy disappeared twice. He vanished in February. He vanished again. And why? Because the facts have become convoluted beyond belief. We need some people like Grizzly back on here to cover this. Grizzly, please, I'm going to tweet you. I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to send you a message. Cover it if you can. You'd be a lifesaver. I'll send you a ton that will get you up to speed. We need true people that are here for Sebastian, that are here to set the record straight, that are here to find a young boy, not start drama and get clicks. If it was, I don't get, I would, Janie Santana, have at her. I had at her. I was calling her funny names because she was on a motorcycle, like after that whole Rudy Farias thing. That was kind of funny. We had time to laugh at her. This isn't laughing matter, guys. The boy is not found. The boy, God forbid, the boy could be dead. This isn't a joke. This isn't Jamie Santana on a motorcycle. There are funny cases. There are cases we can poke fun at the idiots. A lot of them. There just aren't any funny things in this case at all. No funny. Nothing funny. There's not one laughing matter about this case except the YouTubers that went that far and beyond. And again, guys, I'll be live every single day until we find Sebastian. Thank you guys for coming on. Don't feel obligated to subscribe as a member because nothing exclusive about Sebastian is going to come out on any paid stuff. I don't do that. So I do the membership stuff will be more so, like I said a few times, it's going to get you guys videos that we've obtained from over the years and a lot of cool stuff that are cases that you guys like, but nothing about Sebastian exclusive because we don't do that. This is something that has to be free because the public has the right to know what's going on. The public needs to know. The community needs to go back to bed. If there's a kidnapper out there, we have to catch him and we have to jail him before it's too late because he might hit again. He might take another child. And we need to clear the name of all three parents if they didn't do anything. It's not that hard. You know why? If they all cooperate, it's not hard. But when we have to go through hoops and literally go through that kind of a little hoop, it's interesting, guys. So again, stay safe. You are. It's not a man on. Stay vigilant. Be on the lookout in Tennessee. And as we get closer to getting on that circle, like that little region of interest, when we get it down to a mile, that's when I'm going to, if we get it down to a mile, not when, if, because that might not pan out. And then it goes on to the next one. We'll be here for 10 damn years. I don't care. Elizabeth Smart. I'll be greeting Sebastian in 10 years when he's 26. And I'm 41. My God. Yeah, that'll be wild. But yeah, so again, guys, we're here to the end. Stay vigilant. If you see something, say something. Call tips into whoever the hell you want to call them in. We're not saying call us to get the extra money. No. If the tip goes to the TBI, tells us that person led to it, and they show us that they gave you guys the check, you're getting a second check. It's not about who you call. It's about calling it in. If you call us and that tip leads to it, you get two checks. You get the FBI or TBI check, and you get the at-night check. Same way. So if you feel comfortable calling FBI and TBI, call them. But I'm going to remind you, just sometimes send it more than once. I'm not going to say they don't see everything because that's rude, but they are a little backlogged. But keep sending tips, as many as you keep, but make them relevant. Stop with the I saw Kate Proudfoot in this town. I saw Seth over here. Look at this Facebook post. I saw this. You watched a YouTube channel, man. Put the link to the channel if you say you saw something. And that's what they're getting. A lot of these people, and you guys have to understand, people that are older that don't know YouTube are sending tips that you guys tell them as if they bless their heart. Because they'll call in and say, I just saw For example, let's just make something. I saw Sebastian right now. They leave out that they're watching. You nick the hat on YouTube. That's a big deal. It changes the game. So again, guys, remember the audience that you're working with. I'm not saying that they're dumb by any means, but they are different generations. They need to they don't. You know this. I don't have to explain it. I'm new here. You guys know this better than me. So stay safe, stay vigilant. Thank you guys for watching, and we're going to be here to the end. We will find out what happened. Sebastian went missing 7 months ago, and here's what we know. I gave a little rundown on X earlier. There's not much. It's more so minimal updates, but updates. There is progress. Again, tips are coming in, and there is more reason to believe that he is alive than, they believe he's alive more so than harmed. That is the overwhelming consensus. Over in Tennessee, I don't know if you guys saw the attorney tweeted out. So there are boots on the ground, and they are actively investigating. When I say investigating, they are just following up with other leads, past leads, ones that were cleared, just to double check, new ones that have come in. And there have been a lot of tips that have come into the tip lines combined, and they have been sent to TBI in real time. So again, keep sending information, and not just in Tennessee, but stay on the lookout in Tennessee, obviously, but places like resorts. You never know. Resorts, amusement parks that have resorts, tourist destinations, things of that nature. Let me put my Red Bull down, otherwise I'm going to drop it. So again, guys, there aren't really any updates, but let's go with what we said on X. I saw a lot of comments of people slamming a guy named Tony Mathis. Tony, I've spoken to, obviously, in the past week a few times, more than a few times, probably every day. Yeah, every day. We have a conference call just to see if anything on their side changed. Do they have any new info from the family, as in Seth? Did Seth hear anything alarming? Is there any new information from them or their investigators that can help at night's investigators, that can help dogs investigators? There's a lot of coordination, and then that information goes straight to TBI. Cooperation, that's how cooperation kind of works. You work with, whether it is authorities, you should be working with authorities no matter what. Your kid's missing, right? But when you hit a brick wall 7 months in, private intelligence agencies are obviously the route to go. And Seth, the father, he has private investigators that have given over material for at night to comb through. Same things happening with tips that didn't pan out and stuff like that. So again, guys, let me actually keep going with Tony, because I'm going to get off topic. I forgot why I started that. They hate going toward that guy is wild. First of all, if you guys remember Jennifer Doulos, the mother of 5, she was murdered. Well, yeah, she was murdered, but the guy that did it killed himself. And her family had a spokeswoman, right? Yes, and that case was wild. I didn't see the crazy conspiracies. Jennifer was not married. She was dating Ralph Lauren. She was dating Matt Lauer. That's something to talk about. She had a spokeswoman for a missing woman. So why didn't that matter? Nobody cared? Everybody thought that was normal, because it is. It's very normal. When somebody's harassed, when somebody when they're grieving, when they don't have time to speak with everybody under the sun, and obviously they want to stay in touch with if the media reaches out, filtering out the bad versus the good. Getting the word out there is good. Getting trolled is bad. So that's what they were worried about with Doulos, right? Jennifer Farber, she went and hired the family friend. Yeah, they're family friends, but she got paid to be a spokesperson. Now, the Tony, from my understanding, is he's not getting $1. I don't think he is getting $1. He is doing this out of literally looking for Sebastian. It's Team Sebastian, and not you guys, but it's Team Sebastian, right? That's the team Tony's on. So again, the harassing random people that are part of what is he part of? What? Speaking on behalf of a grieving father who lost his son, who's being bullied? A big deal. Guarantee. Does the other side have a spokesperson? Because the networks would love to speak to them, so they can get their word. Say something. Go on the news. Have a conversation with America. Your kid is missing. Unite. Get together. The parents should be together, not like dating, but you guys should be together, looking for your son together. You had him. He's yours, both of yours, whether you like it or not. It's your son. Look for him. Together, unite, and then hate each other down the road. Fighting in the middle of your kid going missing, that adds a lot of questions, right? If I had a kid and my kid went missing, I'm going to be with if I'm divorced, ex-wife looking for my kid. And I guarantee you, if I'm remarried, she'll be there looking for my kid. That's how it works. You unite to look for your kid. You put everything else aside. Who cares about the drama between the family? Any dysfunctional stuff, throw it out the window. Now, if you guys are blaming each other, that's cool, but that's a problem unless there's something to go off of. Again, unite, because being divided when your kid is missing is definitely not a good look, guys. It just doesn't work. And when I say it doesn't work on finding Sebastian, you're not going to find him by fighting every day and not talking and brick walling each other. You're just not. Public perception means a lot, and it would be great to hear the voice other than on YouTube interviews. I'm not going to scour YouTube to find stuff that should be on the national news. And don't for a second claim you don't have the ability to get on the news. You do very easily. You can be on any show that covers crime, which is every single show. So you have the microphone, you have it off. Why? Your kid's missing. Turn it on. Tell the world. We want to hear about Sebastian, about your son growing up. We want to know about Sebastian. We want to learn Sebastian. That's what we want to do. We don't want to hear about your drama. We're not going to have a little Jerry Springer crap. The conversation is about Sebastian. We're trying to help you find your son. And honestly, when I say we, I mean everybody. The people in this right now commenting, the people that are against me, the people that are with me, the people that hate dog, the people that love dog, at the end of the day, we all share one goal, which is Sebastian, right? I don't think any of those people want him to be hurt. None of them. None of zero, right? So why can't you join in that unity? Yeah, let YouTubers fight, let them go at it, let them do what they want. Be the bigger person. And honestly, you guys can end that. You can end the drama yourselves, but why are you choosing not to? Why are you putting drama before your kid? You guys should be doing drama about your kid, going crazy about your kid, screaming his name from the top of rooftops, not screaming at each other and then running off. Your kid is missing. Go look for him together as a family. And if the other John Doe doesn't like to come, stay home, bro. The mom should be looking. The dad should be looking. Put your stuff aside and look. You have to go look. And if you don't look, do you know where he is? Because that would be helpful. It's a very weird situation. And the only way to get guys, you have to work together. It's teamwork. We learned that in elementary school. And you're dealing with a missing child, your child. We are in September. He went missing in February. So what you guys are doing now, has it worked? No. So guess what? 7 months from now, we're going to I'm not going anywhere. See, the other YouTubers, they have other stuff coming. To them, they have other stories. It's a headline, just like Banfield said. It passes. They forget about you. They forget about you. You'll never forget. But guess what? They forget. The world forgets quick. Molly Tibbetts, the world was all about Molly in 2018. Jamie Kloss, Elizabeth Smart years before that, Amanda Berry. Do you really think that the world's going to remember? They don't. They forget quick and it's effed up, but there are so many people that we just can't remember everybody. You are turning off the microphone on your child who doesn't have a voice for himself. You're turning it off. And then by having one parent on TV, you look shady. And I'm sorry, but that's a fact. When you have one parent searching and one doing this, that's a problem. Again, guys, it's about unity. And I'm coming at both of you. If Seth is in here, call your wife. If the wife is in here, call Seth. If the middleman guy, the stepdad's in here, step out of the picture and let them handle it. It's their kid, not yours. Step out of the picture, not your kid, not rocket science. Let the wife look for her son with the husband. And if she's allowed to, tell her to go and do it because she looks very suspicious. I'm sorry, but she does. I'd even be out there looking. He's not mine. I'd be searching, I'm getting to that. Again, guys, I'm not down there yet. And when we get down there, it'll be interesting because there will be a search, but we believe he's alive. So we're not trying to start a media circus. That's why we're not just showing up. What are we going to do? Bring the circus to town and do what? No. Sebastian's name stays in the news, and we hope that we get a little bit of, don't cooperate with us. Who are we? Nobody. Right. Okay. I agree. Cooperate with TBI, cooperate with the FBI. Don't claim you cooperated. Don't claim that. It's a lot of it is baloney. YouTubers will buy it. The public will buy it because they don't know. And I'm not blaming YouTubers. I'm just saying they'll take your word for it because they think you're telling the truth. But there are times when women lie, okay? And the father is the victim in something. And every single avenue right now is starting to point at, why are you refusing not to talk to your husband, but why are you refusing to speak about your missing son? What kind of question do you think they're going to hit you with? Do you think Banfield is going to ambush you? All right, don't go on Nancy Grace because she might be. I like Nancy, but you might not like Nancy because she will go hard. But go to Banfield, Brian Eaton, great people. A lot of the News Nation people. Fox might hammer you because you deserve hammering. It's been 7 months. I'm sorry, but that's how network television works. The only one that might try to play ball with you is like a Good Morning America and a News Nation. But if you go on even CNN, they'll hammer you. It just is what it is. It's been 7 months and I don't see much of anything on the nationals. I'm not counting the local networks because at this point, that stuff didn't work. Not going out searching with your ex-husband didn't work. An ex-wife didn't work, right? Because where's Sebastian? Fighting didn't work because where's Sebastian? Staying quiet didn't work because where's Sebastian? Reporting somebody for harassing you didn't work because where's Sebastian? Where is Sebastian? That's the question. Not all of this other crap about I'm being harassed. Blah, blah, blah. Your son could be dead in a ditch and you're worried about being harassed. You shouldn't even be home. Why are you even there? You should be harassed. It is what it is. Your kid isn't home. Get out of the house and go look. Do something. And Tuesday is, an interesting day. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet, but that's all I'm going to say. It's an interesting time. We are just here, sorry, to find Sebastian. When I say we, it's not like me, all of us, the people watching, all of us are here for Sebastian. Again, like I said, whether you're here just to troll and do all of that, I'm sure you're here for Sebastian. And even if you don't know who he is and you're a random troll, you wouldn't want a 15-year-old boy to get hurt. So you're here for Sebastian. This isn't the Jerry Springer show anymore. Let's end that. Let's end all of that. There, literally. And you know who can do that? Kate and Seth together. Don't get together again and have any relationship. That didn't work. What you guys do is look for your kid as a group, the same way you had them, and then you guys break it off. You don't speak to each other ever again. And you don't look so suspicious because right now, it's only use your common sense. It's one of the two parties. It's either the proud feet, or it is Seth. That's it. Those are persons of interest. And then the family members and the family tree. That's it, right? It's not going to be John Doe from up the street because Houdini could have, I guess, and Chris Angel could have done it. They could have done that little thing and get in the house without making a noise. But I doubt Chris Angel came and did that stuff. So if it wasn't any kind of thing like that, right? If it really wasn't anything, and if you guys really don't know where Sebastian is, why is nobody looking except the father, And that's why I don't understand this whole narrative. It's a weird narrative because just this is the pinnacle of the stigma of what kind of happens when a kid goes missing. I know a lot of the times it is a husband. It is him. Look at Chris Watts. Look at him. You could tell. A lot of times it is. Almost every time it is. But the one time when it might not be, I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm saying you have to have blinders on because if that is the case here and you guys essentially bought into the funneled information that came from a very interesting source comes from an interesting source, then it's not your fault, but you were fooled, and the person responsible is going to pay the price. It's 24. Technology is great. It doesn't matter what you delete. Every Facebook account you create, every single little account you create, there is a footprint. You could delete anything. They have everything. There's no such thing as it goes away. The only way to be off a grid is to never ever have a phone in your entire life. So if you have a kid right now that's like a baby and you never give him a phone, he's off the grid. Cool. The second he's at the phone and he has that like a little bit of, he puts his date of birth, this, that, the third, and he's on there, he's done. Now I could tell that you like it's 24. A lot of us are on our phones a lot. I guarantee you the parents are. So every account you made, every comment, they store them, right, with AI, and it goes into a folder with, all right, this is probably John Doe, this is probably Jane Doe, this is probably John Doe. And then they verify it. And they see what you said and what you leaked and who you told and what stories you gave and what misinformation. Now, yeah, it's not obstruction or it's not interfering with the local case, but the FBI. Now, Google this and look at the FBI's version of obstruction. That's what that is, because you're telling the public misinformation at a mass to mislead them and distract from the actual situation. It's the Fed's word stuff so funny where they can arrest you for anything. And again, this can end easily. If you know where Sebastian is, and I'm not speaking to anybody in particular, I'm just saying if you know, and I say it like that because a lot of times people that watch my streams, I don't really go live, they end up being part of the case, right? Like the Zimmerman situation. He called his mom because I called him a cross-dresser. What? Like, dude, you're on the run for murder and you're worried about a kid in Philly calling you a cross-dresser? Grow up. Run. You made it. Until he called his mom, right? But it's all about, at the end of the day, again, Sebastian has to be at the forefront. Sebastian's been in the back seat of this whole case. For some reason, this is about what? Finding relationship drama, finding family dysfunction. Like every family has its problems. That's a fact. No family is perfect. Everybody has their problems. Are we going to sit and go through everybody's unguarded moment for the. A lot of us have that. Who cares? There's a kid missing. Find the kid, then you go after everybody else. This case was kind of backwards. In this case, we said we're going to go after possible suspects and then look for the victim. What? Find the victim, make sure the victim is okay and alive, and then you go after the suspects. It's not rocket science. That's what the police obviously are. Well, let me back up. I don't know if Tennessee's or not Tennessee. Mississippi had the same problem with DeSoto County that Sumner County has, that Sumner County. That place is kind of iffy. Okay, they have one detective on the case, and a private company has 24 that are at the same caliber as special agents with the FBI. Those guys are making 120 grand a year. There's 24 of those guys on one team compared to an entire county. That's how much they care about Sebastian. They don't care. They're not looking. How is he looking? Where? On the internet? On YouTube? Detective? Give me a break. Where are you looking for Sebastian? Are you Googling it? Where's Sebastian? Are you asking ChatGPT? AI is not that good. We need more than all this like talk. Luckily, now it's back in the news and it's only going to get bigger and bigger until he's found. So whoever has him, whoever's involved in this, if you think this is going to die down, it's not, because we're stuck on it until they find Sebastian and until the person or persons responsible are prosecuted, not just arrested. Like we want to see it all the way through, and we will. So like we can't go anywhere. Literally, I'm stuck. So I'm finding Sebastian with dog because we literally are stuck. We cannot do anything else until we find Sebastian. And that's kind of why I'm getting annoyed, because this whole thing should have been about Sebastian for months, because maybe we would have found Sebastian by now. But all we found is drama. You guys found every little nook and cranny. You even looked up the guy's spokesman because you ran out of gossip on the family that you had to go into the other people now. Why don't we start looking at the neighbors too? Maybe one of them has a mechanic shop and it has a chop shop that they used to get the body in the middle of it. Give me a break. Stop with the theory. Stop with the harassing people. Just literally look for Sebastian. Put his name out there. Keep his face out there. Keep saying his name. That's it. And if you want drama, wait until there's something worth drama. There isn't. And I don't understand. All right, this is a rant, but it's funny because literally, guys, this is what gets me with this case. The person, this would make an amazing Netflix movie if it comes out with an amazing ending, which we hope it does, which is Sebastian comes home. Because the way this case took off, I don't know how the rocket ship is going to land if what we pray is true, which is Sebastian is alive and the world finds out what happened, because it'll come from him and not the dang parents and not from anybody else. It'll come from people that either aided in holding Sebastian, thinking it was going to be something small, not thinking it was going to turn into something of this magnitude. And it's not too late if you are that person to call the police and say, I wouldn't call them because I'd go to the police station because they might come heavy. If you have Sebastian, go to a police station and you bring him there and you tell them everything. What's the worst that can happen? It's a lot better than what's going to happen when they come for you, because that's how these people work. Look at the Zimmermans of the world. I keep saying them because it just happened a couple of weeks ago. And what it was is the parents were not cooperating, right? And they said if they want us, they can come and knock up. Why should we call them? We don't have to call the police. It says they didn't call us, they did after Dog got involved, because Dog got involved. Dog got them talking. And let me tell you, 5 o'clock in the morning, they Waterbury thought there was a hostage situation with like a mass shooter going down. No, that's not what it was. It was an idiot that refused to cooperate and waited for the FBI to kick her door in because she said, you know what? And when I say cooperate, I'm not saying wait for a phone call, because that's not going to happen. You're not going to get a call saying, hey, man, will you come and cooperate with us? Hey, sir, can you cooperate? No, you should be on the phone. And I wonder how many times each parent call. I'm going to request from the state a phone log of how many times each parent called TBI and Sumner County. I want to know how many times each parent spoke to authorities and on what dates, because I want to know if it's about reporting YouTubers or if it's about looking for their son. Because if it's only about one, we have a problem, and that's when the drama happens, right? But right now, that's a theory, and it didn't happen. So we leave it there. It's about Sebastian. We have to find Sebastian. Again, guys, the last time he was seen, it's been 7 months, and we have to keep his name out there, his face out there, and it's going to stay out there. There's no new information. As I said on X, everybody that is related to him is a person of interest. That's just how this works. I don't care what Sumner County says. They've got one detective. Call the FBI, and I mean, not you, but you know what I mean. And they'll, it's baloney. There's no persons of interest. Yeah, it's been 7 months. You know how stupid the government would look if you try to claim that a kid can vanish in thin air in America in the middle of the night and nobody. Yeah, okay. As far as any updates, there are none. Nobody was cleared. The prophets are not cleared of anything. That's just ridiculous. Keep calling tips in. We have been getting a lot of tips, and it's amazing. The more tips, the better. We're not keeping them. We are sending them to TBI, to FBI. The reason there are many different methods and emails and all of this is because it doesn't matter how you get the message. Send it to us. Call the FBI. Call 911. If you see him, call 911. Don't call us. Don't call the FBI. Don't call 1-800 whatever. You call 911 if you see him. That is what you do. The goal is to get as much information, as many callers, as many tipsters. Other than that, let's see, do we have anything else? Okay, so yeah, here's the message from the attorney for At Night. He tweeted it earlier, and it's essentially Tuesday, there is a hearing of sorts. And this came from the law offices of Joseph Lesniak. He says, quote, if any individuals, friends, family members, or potential witnesses contacted by Dog the Bounty Hunter, his team, or Private At Night regarding the search for Sebastian are represented by legal counsel, please advise your attorney to get in touch with our firm. We are here to facilitate any level of cooperation that might aid in locating this missing teenager. There will be no burden on any individual. On Tuesday, there will be a team member available in Sumner County. They could likely meet in person between 7 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. or sometime after 1. Go to Twitter. It's on Dog's page as well. The lawyers are saying if you have a lawyer, send them our way. We would love to talk. I mean, that's what I got from that. So again, guys, there are no updates. Stay, if you're local, vigilant. If you see something that might be Sebastian, if it looks like him, don't think it isn't. If your gut tells you it is, literally call it in. They'll check it out. It's worth the police coming out to check it out, because we have to keep his name out there. And it will stay out there. I promise you that. It's not going to go away, because we can't go away until he's found and until somebody is arrested, right? That's kind of what we do. We don't say, all right, guys, it was cool knowing you. We'll be back for the next one, but this isn't over yet. So we're literally here until he's found, until Sebastian is home, until this is over, this nightmare, and until everybody has the truth. I want to know at this point exactly what is going on, which is why, please get together, parents, and go on anywhere. No, not like that. Go to News Nation, go to like a Dr. Phil if you have to. That'll work. Go to any network, but not honestly, even a local network. Go to one of them because they'll syndicate it. They will. Go to ABC too. They have an amazing team out there in Tennessee, out in Nashville, like amazing reporters. They will cover it fairly. They just want to hear from. They won't even ask questions. You guys can do the talking. It's your son that they want to find, and that's it. We all want to find Sebastian. That's all we want to do is find Sebastian, right? And for people that are saying that somebody might be getting in the way of the mother or whatever, or anybody, she's an adult. She's going to go to jail for prison. If she did something and he's telling her not to say something, he'll go to prison too, but she will. I mean, it is what it is. She's an adult. She should know. It is. It's your son. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't have kids, but what I can tell you is I always hear women saying that they would do anything when it comes to their children. Okay. So I don't care what man says what when it comes down to it. If your kid is actually gone, you're looking. Okay. You're not going to go anywhere, but you're not. And at a time like this, we're 7 months in. I don't know what else can be done except doing something different, right? You guys not talking to each other is not going to work. Just because you're going to be in the same room on Tuesday doesn't mean anything. Because you guys are going to be looking at each other like enemies. Your kid's missing. Look for him. Have a plan. Speak with each other. Did you hear anything? No. Did you? No. Let's go find out. See, I don't want to say names that are random because it might be somebody from the case. I was about to say I'm not gonna. But anyway, this Candace, there better not be a Candace, knows something. Let's call her. This John knows something. Let's call him. Look for people. You guys raised him. You know him best. Do you really think the authorities know him better than you? You're his parents. Give me a break. Literally, guys, get together, look for him, both of you. And as far as the internet is concerned, I don't know what the fascination was with Seth. I still don't see it. And I'm only looking at material from a case file and then also facts. I'm not going to go through Facebook like a comment or something. I want to see stuff that relates to Sebastian being missing, not about somebody's like whatever they. I don't care. If it relates to Sebastian, okay. But it doesn't. None of this stuff does, because if it did, do you really think he'd be on the street right now? It's been 7 months. If anything that has been circulating has been if it was something a tiny bit, all they need is a little P. They'll lock him up because they want somebody for this. Trust me, you can hear it in their voices. And anybody that knows the investigators on this case, if the family is watching, you guys understand how angry they are, because I guarantee you they're not picking up your calls as much as they used to, right? They aren't, because now you're getting treated a little bit different. And that goes for all of you, because you're not doing your part as parents. And one of them might be trying to, because he is. He's on national TV whenever he can to say, my son is missing. I need people to help. And then when people help, what happens? The internet comes and bashes them and scares them away. Luckily, I don't get scared, and neither does dog. So we don't care. Okay, we really don't. I'm not going anywhere, and we're helping find Sebastian. We're not helping Seth. We're helping find Sebastian for the parents, for both, I guess. We're doing it for both. It would be nice to speak to the other side, but to each their own, you know. At the end of the day, our mission is Sebastian. It's not to save a marriage. It's not to save a reputation. It's not to do anything. That'll happen on its own. Not the marriage. That thing's probably done. The reputation stuff, when they find Sebastian, right? Because, say, there was foul play. If it was the mother, she's going to get the heat. If it was the father, he's going to get the heat. If it was the guy, the stepdad, the boyfriend, whatever the heck he is, barefoot, he's going to get the heat. That's how that works. Right now, we have to find Sebastian and then turn on the stove. We have to find Sebastian. We probably, I'm not going to say could have, but if the strategy was different, yeah, okay, you would have found a lot more than eyeglasses that may or may not be his. You would have found a lot more than that, but obviously, relationship situations were at the forefront, and Sebastian was on the back burner. It didn't work. The past 7 months, whatever you guys have been doing, except for the father trying to get search crews, trying to get people, even though he's getting attacked for it. I mean, the poor guy, he's still doing it. Because why? Because he wants to find his son. He doesn't really care what people say as long as his son is alive and he comes home. That's all he cares about. Call him what you want. I'm sure the mother wants her son home too. I'm sure she does. But it's just everybody might show them, like how, the saying, whatever it is about when you're sad, whatever, everybody expresses emotions different. Yes, but when your kid's missing, everybody looks, I mean, it's not an emotion. You have to go looking. That's kind of like, and I don't mean go looking once or twice. I mean, every single day you should be out there looking. Like, why are you home watching YouTube right now if the mom is watching this? If you were watching this months ago, why were you doing that? Now, the dad should be relaxing. I hope he's watching. The guy's been attacked enough. He needs, honestly, guys, we have to turn the tide, not attack the other side. Don't do that. Do not start attacking the other side because that's not what we're about. Like, we don't do that. We're not going to, nobody in the comments should start going over there and attacking people. But stop attacking the father as well. Like, he's been attacked. That should stop. Just let it go. He wants to find people to help. People want to help, but the problem is you're scaring them away. Because when they call the other side, they get stonewalled unless they're going to help them with trolls. Get out of here, dude. We're not looking to stop trolls. I don't care about trolls are webcam warriors at the finest. You do what you want to do, bro. I'm looking for a kid, not an internet sensation. So at the end of the day, when you have people willing, and let me tell you, I know this firsthand because I am getting texts from people I've never met that are saying, I saw you're part of this case, helping dog. We have X, Y, and Z. How do we get a hold of this person to send resources? And it's funny because one of the people said, I was going to get involved, but it's just too much drama. I'm going to wait 2 more weeks and see how you guys do. What? Like, they're scared of getting attacked for looking for a little boy. That's what you guys have done. As when I say you guys, I mean the YouTube community and the internet community, thanks to sponsored by whoever gave them that information. Okay, that is the first person to blame, is whoever started that ripple effect. And that's something that At Night Company is good at finding, and they will find you. And if it is a family member that started that ripple effect, they'll find you. It's not criminal, but that's what's public. That right there is worth public shaming, right? Much more than a dad out there looking for his kid. He's got to be guilty because he's searching so much. He's really looking. Why is he looking? Because his kid's missing. It's weird. And people join the search and they leave it because you guys, not you guys. And when I say you guys, I'm going to keep saying, like, not you guys. I'm talking about trolls. So trolls, what they do is, this person's doing this, I'm going to email their work and tell them that they're helping a rapist. What? Who's a rapist? Dude, that makes no sense. Where did that come from? Left field. We're looking for a kid. What does that have to do with the kid? So first of all, even if any of that is true, let's say that this guy is a rapist. So his kid is worthless. Let the kid go, throw him in a river. Why? So what? The kid is not worth helping? Because stop with the games. Let people help in the search, because we're not going away. And let me tell you, we're going to keep bringing people, but you don't want our people, because our people aren't as nice as these ones that are backing off. The ones that are backing off, bless their little hearts, bless their hearts. They must be the nicest small town folk, because Philly's coming to town, and we have a dog coming to town, and dog's in town, essentially. He's not there, but he's there. There are boots on the ground, and if these small town people are so nice because they got bullied out, and we literally, you have to feel bad for them, because imagine being bullied out of a search for a kid because you're not on the right team. Isn't there one team? Well, what's the teams? I mean, Sebastian's missing. What happens if your team Katie and she did it? What happens if your team Seth and he did it? Why isn't it just Sebastian? Why isn't it? Because he couldn't have done it. It's him. He's by himself. He's a young boy. He has autism. He didn't do it. He didn't just, what did he do? You know what I mean, guys? Let's not point the fingers, and especially stop slamming people that help. Don't do that. What? Because you guys don't like who they're coming in to help and who called them? We would have a lot more help if the other side called. Because it's not that hard to call for help. People come and they help, but only one person is getting and calling for help. And when he gets it, somehow it gets derailed by people who get information from somebody who got information from a person we're going to find. That is going to end. So if you're still doing it, which I doubt it, because the person that started this, and for the YouTubers that were on the case from the start, try reaching out to those same people and see if they still answer you. What happens if your team Katie and she did it? What happens if your team Seth and he did it? Why isn't it just Sebastian? Why isn't it? Because he couldn't have done it. It's him. He's by himself. He's a young boy. He has autism. He didn't do it. He didn't just, what did he do? You know what I mean, guys? Let's not point the fingers, and especially stop slamming people that help. Don't do that. What? Because you guys don't like who they're coming in to help and who called them. We would have a lot more help if the other side called. Because it's not that hard. It's a call for help. People come and they help, but only one person is getting and calling for help. And when he gets it, somehow it gets derailed by people who get information from somebody who got information from somebody who got information from a person we're going to find. That is going to end. So if you're still doing it, which I doubt it, because the person that started this, and for the YouTubers that were on the case from the start, try reaching out to those same people and see if they still answer you. See if they've changed their numbers, see if their phones are off. And if they're not, try them again on Wednesday, because the responses that we've been getting from people you're claiming are sources are saying, we swear to God, we've never spoken. They're swearing up and down the Bible. They are ready to, they, again, guys, either they are full of it and they throw you guys under, essentially just saying, we never said this, because they know that the problem is lie. You can lie, but cameras don't lie. The eye of justice doesn't lie. There's a lot of stuff that does not lie. Forensics don't lie. Digital forensics don't lie. You can disagree, but forensics, they don't lie. Whether it's digital, whether it's physical, literally, guys, it doesn't. So we need more people to search. So if you're one of those people that were bullied, come back. We've got you. We're not going anywhere. If you're a bully, come and bully us. We really don't care. I like that kind of stuff because it gets it away from people that don't have a platform. I'm not saying I have one, but I can talk. I talk fast and I have a response for almost anything. I really don't care. Don't attack people that aren't used to going on interviews and slamming them for not knowing how to conduct an interview. Let me see half of you guys do an interview with me. Let me sit in a room, and not on a webcam. I'm not doing that crap. You come to Philly or I come to you, and let's have an interview one-on-one. You ask me anything, I ask you anything. But most people that aren't used to a camera can't do that, okay? They don't know how, because it's a weird it's just weird, It's awkward. I'm not saying it's a talent, it's not a talent, but it takes a little bit of practice. You have to, and at a moment when you lost your kid, you really think somebody's going to be ready for their, what is it? You think he's going on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to dress up? The dude's looking for his kid. Had he been all dressed up, you guys would say, look at him, he's partying. Like, what? But meanwhile, the people that are partying are okay. Again, it makes no sense. We need people to find Sebastian. We need more people to keep spreading awareness. And if it takes talking crap about me to get the word out, please do it as much as you can, because it's working. So if that helps, get people involved, so that way they see that a bad fake news reporter is on it and they want to come and do it, so we get more help. Thank you guys for flying out and helping, because they need it, because we are going to be there physically, Dog and I, eventually, but we are there already. There are boots on the ground there. Ask the first-hand players. I mean, if you're going to the courthouse on Tuesday, you'll see some people there because they want to talk to a few people. So let's see if they have the audacity to show up there. I hope you guys do, because you have some explaining to do, and you know who you are. Again, the slamming of the volunteers has to really stop. The slamming of people that help, whether it's Katie, whether it's Seth, stops because they're helping Sebastian. Just let them help whoever they help, and if they're doing wrong, let time tell. That's how it works. We rushed. We obviously, not we, but the community took information from somebody who had a dog in the fight. And that dog in the fight is going to come out. It's going to come out. You can't tip information to anybody. It's 24. Even if you buy a burner, I mean, yeah, that'll work, but I highly doubt you did that. And that would mean that you bought a burner phone, threw it out, and never went on YouTube again. So that, it's kind of like, you're not hiding. You can't be that good. Nobody's that good. Give me a break. Even a guy like Zimmerman, he thought he was outsmarting everybody. The guy was off the grid. Literally found him in an attic in Chicago because he was he got scared off of the streets when he got called a cross-dresser. But I'm not going to get off topic. Again, guys, this is about Sebastian. It's about finding Sebastian. So if coming at me brings more people on board because they'd rather be the ones on the case, I'm not here for spotlight. I can care less. I just want to have it in the news. We need people to hear. We need people to know Sebastian. That's not that big of something I'm asking, right? It would be a big deal if you guys didn't have them already in your heads, right? And if you weren't talking about him already, but you're talking about the wrong Rogers. You got to talk about Sebastian Rogers. not Seth, not Katie when she was one, not the barefoot guy yet. None of them yet. When I said yet, I meant all three. Find Sebastian and then let's discuss them if we have to, but who cares at that point? Like Banfield said, it's just a headline for us guys, and then we move on as a world. And the world moves on. This is never gonna, they're never gonna forget this. Go to Brooklyn, Iowa. They're never gonna forget Molly Tibbetts. Go to Barron, Wisconsin. They're never gonna forget the story of Jamie Kloss. Okay? Literally, these regions, Weld County, you think they're gonna forget about Chris Watts? Like, and her, like, they don't forget. When a child is kidnapped, they don't forget. It's forever. Even Cavalcante's escape, though it was like nobody got hurt, it's still something they'll never forget because it's not a story to them, it's their life. This is happening. It's a scary movie for some of them, for that community as a whole. Because if there's a kidnapper out there, he has to be found because he's damn good. If there's a kidnapper, he is good, and we're gonna hunt him down like a mofo because he's got more than one kid. If this is somebody that took it, if this is a random person, he is good because he made it in there like Houdini and literally didn't even need to grab anything, just swooped them. And if that's a possibility, and we're gonna find out, okay? Literally, I'm not saying we are super cops, but the company has a lot of resources that they're giving access to other entities. They're bringing in more contractors. More people are willing to get involved in the search now that they know that the bullying has calmed down, which is great. And that's what this is about. It should just be about Sebastian. And 2 days from now, I hope to be able to just come on here and it'll be like literally cleansed enough where I don't even have to say any name except Sebastian, right? Until they find him or until there's an arrest. That's the goal. Right now, it's just kind of setting somewhat of a straight record. Good luck. It's like turning the Titanic around at this point, but it'll happen. It doesn't make sense. You guys are going to see it as the days go on. Next week's going to be a big week, not just for Tuesday, all week. And then after the next week after that's going to be a bigger week. And then after that, it's going to get a bigger week. And it's going to get bigger and bigger until we find Sebastian. I really don't care what strings we have to pull. The truth serum worked. It scared the hell out of people. For somebody that wants to find their kid, I wouldn't, I'm not saying I would agree to it. I wouldn't. But I'd say something I would not, I'll tell you, I'll save that for another day. But again, guys, it's an interesting story because everybody's on the wrong path. Everybody lost track of what matters, and it's Sebastian. That's what I mean by that. Maybe we have good information. When I say we, a lot of the online community, the sleuths, the YouTube community, the Facebook, you guys are amazing. But we're using it wrong and we're looking for the wrong things. We have to look closer to home. We have to look closer to where this information is coming from because that's where Sebastian may be. You follow the money in this case, you follow the leaks. And if you follow the leaks correctly, something is going to pan out because let me tell you, when you are out there searching for your kid, put yourself in the guy's shoes and you're being called everything. And then you have people telling you, I'm not even going to help you if you pay me because it's not worth having people call my work and having people harass my wife, having people harass my kids because I'm trying to find somebody else's kid. You guys have a heart, please. You know what I mean? Like we all, when you hear it like that, it kind of makes sense. We're not soulless people. We need to find this kid and we need to stop scaring any help off. It doesn't matter if you hate the person, let them come and help. And if it takes people that are like if you dislike somebody so much that if they get involved, you're getting involved, great. Get more of them because we need them. We need people that are either hated and loved. That way they can attract everybody. Somebody's going to find something and then we're all happy. I don't care. Whatever you say about me, I'll shake your hand. Let's find Sebastian. That's all that matters. I can take it. You guys can throw words at me. Keep me out there. I can care less. Leave the family alone. Let's find the kid. If you're part of the family, unite, stand together. Even if it's fake, just do it for the sake of literally doing it. At this point, everything you've done hasn't worked. Your son is not home, right? I hear crickets, so I'm assuming, like literally, guys, he's not home. He's not. So go look. That's all that you have to do. And even if it's just for show, do it because the public has to see. They have to hear from you guys together. They want to see the dynamic. They want to see how you guys are. They want to see what kind of couple we're dealing with. And you know how we do that? On Banfield. We do that on her show. She'll do it. I'm sure she would. And there's a ton of others that would. any network, but I wouldn't go to one of the, like, because they're vicious. So like, be careful. Like, yeah, it's been 7 months of quiet. So I would only trust like a Dr. Phil, a Good Morning America, a Today Show, something like a morning happy go lucky, and then you guys can work your way from there to the different ones. Because, and that's nice of me, I could be setting you up for failure and say, yeah, go on this any channel, no, go on a morning show so it's a civil conversation, so you guys aren't screaming, and we can hear about Sebastian and not about your problems, because we don't really care about your problems, guys. We want to hear about Sebastian. We want to hear more about what happened that morning when he wasn't home, because yeah, maybe it's personal, but the community has a right to know if there's somebody out there taking their kids, because it's not just your kid. Okay, if you honestly are claiming that there's no foul play, then it's not about your kid. It's about the kids of that community, and that's a problem. And we're going to emphasize that. So I mean, at the end of the day, at least the father has tried to help and is helping. He's cooperating. He's still getting people involved. Thank God that they are willing to get involved. We have to literally like verify that a lot of things, because they're scared of you guys. They're scared of being attacked in their personal lives for trying to find a little boy. This is America. This isn't North Korea. What are we, like in the jungles over here? Guys, we're looking for a human, a little boy. That's it. That's all we're looking for. And we will find him. We will. Literally, like, the good thing is there's no hope lost. We didn't lose anything. Because if he's alive, which is a high chance, the people that have him are not going to kill him, right? Most of, like, if you go to a house to rob it, you're not bringing a gun if you're a smart criminal. Most of these people that do these kind of, if I can't have them, you can't have them situations, they're not killers. They're not. And they have common sense, but they might think they're in too deep, but you're not. You're really not. Because if you literally go to the police station with the boy, yeah, you might get 20 minutes in handcuffs. I'm not going to lie, but they will hear you out. You're not going to do a big stint. Like, you're not going to prison. You're not going to go to a state prison or a federal prison. But if they come to your house, you can ask. There are literally, I'm going to circle back to Zimmerman. Even though he was caught weeks ago, his mom still can't sleep because she's waiting for Texas. They're coming to get her. They don't play that stuff when you do this. And the only reason they're coming is because they involved the FBI. And when the FBI gets involved, it's a problem, okay? And then Zimmerman was only a $25,000 reward from the marshals. The FBI put $50K for Sebastian. For every dollar the FBI gives, look at it as the IRS is giving you $1 million, because they're very cheap. They don't give a dollar, and when they do, they get their money's worth. So 50 grand to them, they plan on taking a lot of stuff. And when I say that, when they put missions like this together and they raid and look for kids, or they're looking in regions, they obviously find other crimes as they go, and they comb through your life, because somebody's has to. You can't have a case in today's climate, in today's day. You're not going to have this go away until Sebastian is found, and that's really it. Or somebody's going to jail. Somebody's going to get charged. You don't have. There are persons of interest. Nobody's cleared. Again, nobody's cleared. At least one is cooperating. One being Seth. I can't speak for the other side, but what I can say is that the information, the credible information, the actual information, not the rumors, suggest that there is zero. I mean, if you call it cooperation, we'll get into it after a week or so. Let's see if anything changes. The goal here isn't to publicly shame anybody. The goal is to get people searching, starting with the people that he knows best, his mom and dad, and maybe the grandparents and the step guy. Bring him in. But know your lane, bro, because it's not your kid. So I don't even know why I'm addressing you, but your name's floating around a lot. So, like, dude, back out. It's not your kid, and we'll handle you later. This is about Katie and Seth. They have to be together. You shouldn't be in the middle of it on Dr. Phil or wherever you're going. It's their kid, not yours. Know your lane. And yeah, search for him, but it doesn't look like you like him. I'm not going to lie, dude. Look, I just say it how it is. If you liked him, you would have been looking a while ago. Don't say you were, because we already looked into you, bud. So you stay out of this. Let Kate and her husband find Sebastian, and how they do it is they just go on TV, show some unity, and that will be a game changer. You know why? Because it's 7 months in, Sebastian's not home, everything you've done so far hasn't worked, and everything you've done so far is going to lead to your wife's arrest. This is coming for the boyfriend. You can't be muzzling people, dude. And I'm sorry to call him out, but I have to. We need to find Sebastian. That's what this is about. It's about Sebastian. It's not about anything else. I don't literally, like I tell people, don't subscribe to the channel if you think there's gonna, or I mean, not subscribe, don't pay as a membership if you think I have exclusives on Sebastian. I don't, because that's not how it works. We don't give exclusives. We're looking for a young boy who's missing, and we have to find him, and that's the goal. That's it. It stops there. The second he's found, you're never going to hear from us again, literally. Well, a lot of you will because we stay together and we'll be on to the next one. But I cannot let this go into 25. I'm telling you right now, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We are very devoted and time is of the essence. Literally, dog is not trying to let this drag on either. He's a very, when it comes to kids, I have realized that he's very ticked off. And I mean, I'm almost scared to answer the phone a lot with him about this case because he's very angry. And it's not about anything except why isn't every day he says, "Where's the mother and the dad?" And I say, "Well, I don't know. I'm sure the dad's home and the mom's home." "Well, why aren't they together looking?" I don't know. That is, dog is on it. He has a point though. Why aren't you together looking? You should be. You're the parents. He has 12 kids. He can't emphasize enough. And I'm like, bro, that's a lot of kids. But he said he'd be out there looking for each and every one of them because that's what he does. It doesn't matter if it's his kids or not, but his kids, he would be out there. He wouldn't go home at all, let alone call the police because somebody said some mean words on YouTube. Give me a break. Did you see the mean words going around about the other side? And if you think that what was said, I don't know what was said. I don't know about what happened exactly, except your kid is missing. And when you called the cops, it wasn't about him being found, right? That's all I know. So, like, it's kind of ridiculous. It's not that much to know about that unless the person was breaking your window, which I don't think so because she would have gotten a burglary. It doesn't make sense. Call the cops, but to say, "Can I get an update?" And you know what they're going to tell you? No, because you haven't called them in 7 months. And whenever they wanted to get in contact, they have to call you. That's not cooperating. Cooperating is calling them. Cooperating is calling them until they don't answer you. Okay, that's cooperating because then you bring in other people. And I'm not saying you bring in like the big dogs, but yeah, dog's a big dog. Obviously, he got involved overnight and boom, he's back in. Not dog. Sebastian is back in the news where he belongs in the national spotlight. Who cares how he got there? As long as it was done in a way that it was done, right? He's in there. He's not found, God forbid, deceased. That's not what we want him in the news for. We want him in the news for, where is Sebastian? That is what we want to hear. We want that question. We don't want to hear a headline about something, God forbid, okay? And that's the thing that I'm talking about. When people get involved and bring publicity to the case, they get chased out because they say, "Oh my God, they're here to jump on a band." What bandwagon are we getting on? I don't see anybody. This is the crowd right here for Sebastian right now. Right here. That's what you guys have had. YouTubers that are great, but guess what? If they're running off of information from people that are lying to them, it kind of screws things up. And again, read the definition of federal obstruction. I'm talking to the tipsters because the YouTubers won't get in trouble because they're just saying what they're being told from a liar who has a dog in the fight. But that is literally what we're dealing with. So dog gets involved and everybody goes crazy and says, "The hell with him. He only wants publicity." What's the point of this? The point of it is putting Sebastian in the news to get him home. Not that hard because until 2 days ago, the search had been scaled back. And guess what? Now you have TBI and Sumner County on the phone again, trying to figure out about task forces and search crews of their own because they're trying. This isn't a competition, but the government doesn't like to look like they're doing less than a private contractor, let alone how many contractors at night's bringing in. It's not just them. See, that company does. I learned something cool. So essentially, this is how a lot of the services are subcontracted from the subcontractor. So there are a lot of resources coming in that are usually used to track down fugitives that have a big risk, like the Cavalcantes of the world. They're usually used to find stuff quick, rapid response kind of stuff. And that is what essentially the government doesn't like to compete with because they don't, you know how it is. It's like having, I guess, an older version car and your neighbor has a nice car and your neighbor is maybe a drug dealer and you're a lawyer and you don't want, so it's like they don't want to. I'm not saying that that's the case here. That was a terrible one. But again, guys, the goal is just to bring Sebastian home, keep him in the headlines at all costs, except creating drama with some parents. If anybody should create the drama, I want to hear them talk together, and then we can see the dynamics. We're guessing about the dynamics, or we're watching decade-old videos, or we're looking at like snippets, or we hear a 5-minute convo. It's you have to hear something like, you know how many videos you guys can make with this and make me look like I'm a hateful person if you cut it up like one word. You can do that for anybody. I can make everybody from Reagan to Obama sound like Hitler if you chop the word up. So you can't have stuff chopped up in a case like this. You have to tell the whole story, and that's the hard part. In a case like this, there is no just half butting it. The people of that community at the forefront, because those people are the ones that are going to, it's about word of mouth. YouTube is amazing, it's big, but word of mouth spreads in these communities that don't have social media. I remember during Cavalcante, people signed up for X. A lot of people subscribe to Grizzly. Literally every day I was hearing, I never saw this woman, this girl before. She's got an accent from the Netherlands. And this is at Chester County. And there was an escaped prisoner. And everybody kept saying, there's this amazing woman, and she's overseas, and she's running laps around everybody on this case. It's amazing. And she got subscribers. I don't know how many. I'm sure it's not like a ton of them from there, but people literally that never used YouTube, and it was at least, it's a good amount of people. On X, it was 1,000 for that people that at least 1,000 that had signed up, but they signed up to follow her for news on the regular and stay in the know. Why? Because they lived the story she was telling, and she told it to a T, and they were speechless. How the heck did she get it right when she's overseas? Because there is no drama over there, and that's how it should be. A lot of communities are like that. There is like a drama-free zone, and I guess mine gets a little dramatic sometimes, but then we wind it back, we try to fix it, but we never step out of bounds. And in this case, we know the bounds, we know where the court is, and it's time to get the ball back. The ball goes to Sebastian, not to Seth, not to Katie, not to anybody else. That's whose team we are on. It's only about Sebastian. And honestly, 2 days from now, as I'm live, I hope you guys don't hear me say the name Kate, Chris, or Seth until we find Sebastian. Just for the next 2 days, I'm going to hammer it in, because we have to have a clear record straight. Because at the end of it, we need more help, and we need help from the parents together. Not, I know you guys are divorced, but we need you together for this one, just a little. You did it. You've been away from each other for 7 months. It did not work. Your kid is not home, and it's time to unite. Think about what you can do to get him home. Who would have done this? Who, think. And that's why you can't have outsiders in there. It should only be the mom and the dad, nobody from any other part of the family. Only the parents, not new husbands, not new girlfriends, not new anything, like none of them. Nobody except the parents. It's about the parents, it's about their kid. They're the ones that had him, they know him. They should be together looking for him, even if they hate each other. They should be out there addressing the public, getting people rallied up. There wasn't one day I didn't see Molly Tibbetts' mom out there. Not one day, literally, with the dad, and they're divorced, and he flew in from California. I left that out. Okay, they weren't on good terms at all. He stayed at a hotel, but guess what? They were out together wearing a shirt that said "Finding Molly," and it matched because it's their daughter. They didn't have different color shirts on. In this case, it would be like a green shirt for Seth and a red shirt for Kate. Or red's a bad color. Blue. You know what I mean? No. It's one color, one team, finding Sebastian. That's it. That's all that matters. If you have to, fake it that you like each other. I mean, that's going to be hard. Just sit together in a room and be civil, and then well, that'll get enough attention, literally, to light up a lot more networks, to light up a lot. And it's not just about getting it on TV. No, but yes, the TV helps, because then people know. There are millions of people that don't know who Sebastian is. Literally millions of people. He could be walking around, I'm just saying, and they wouldn't recognize him because they don't know. We need the cameras to light up. And the only way to do that, there's the other option isn't good. The other option isn't good because it involves yeah, YouTube is great at digging, but then when give it 2 weeks of us sifting through that stuff, and a lot of it, I mean, there are facts, don't get me wrong. Not everything that has said is a lie, of course, not at all. But you'd rather hear it on YouTube than on national TV. That's why, like, again, guys, you should be together in this, and you should sit down and beat everybody to the cameras, because they're coming, right? And it would be a lot better to have a united couple looking, well, you're not a couple, you know what I mean, parents, both of you, looking for Sebastian. Wear the same shirts, get the posters out, make it known that you want to find your kid. Otherwise, I really am starting to wonder who knows where Sebastian really is. If he is truly in danger, very interesting at how you mourn. Very, because it's night and day if you look at the differences, okay? Very interesting because you have a dad out there getting attacked, and you know who he's getting attacked by? Not the YouTube community per se, the people that funnel it down, and then the person that pushes it through, and then the person that has a little bit of pull in a YouTube community, and they say, listen, I'm talking to somebody that's directly in, here's the information. That info came from the horse's mouth, but it's not the right horse. It's the horse that's not moving, the one that you don't want to ride. Okay, that's not the horse's mouth that you want to hear from, especially when the horse isn't the one telling you it. Like, guys, again, address the public together. Stop with these baseless allegations. And it's coming from both sides, I'm sure, like I'm sure it is. It doesn't make sense that Seth would be attacking Kate and Kate not attacking Seth. I think they both might have minions. Who the hell knows? At the end of the day, stop. That's not working. I think Seth, if he was doing it, he's not doing a good job because I don't see any hatred at the amount of hate. I guarantee you, if the mother said, I need help searching, and somebody told her, you monster, if you help search, I'm no, that would cause a big problem. And if somebody also told the mom that you can't hire, if you hire that person, I'm going to go and boycott them. Do you think that would happen? Do you really? Because I don't buy it for a second. And I think we're literally dealing with a case that's going to end up flipping a script so much that you're going to make a guy that is rather hated on this online community. Wait till you see the whole picture of what's going on before we pass any judgment, because we just need to find Sebastian. See, that's it. See how quick I caught myself. We just have to find Sebastian. We don't need to do anything except find Sebastian. The big deal is Sebastian. How do we do that? Again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Unite. Kate, Seth, Chris, bye. Okay, not that hard. I'm not saying get a divorce. No, just stay home. And that's it. Stay home for this one. Let them handle it, and that's it. They can handle it. They're big boys and girls, right? They're adults. They can find their kid. Maybe they can't find their kid, but they can try. I'm sure that let's start communicating. And if I'm wrong, call me out. Let's see. So, Kate, if I am lying or something, say, have you offered to help look for Seth with your husband? Yes or no? I don't know. If you're watching, take notes and email us. Did you offer? There's a lot of questions that we would like answered because we're just not seeing any action. And the stuff we are seeing is kind of suspicious. The goal is unite. And we can't unite without both parents. We can't. And when you have one that's being controlled by another third party, it becomes a mess. You're not blood. That's not your kid. I understand that sometimes, sure, if you had raised him and he loved you, that would be your son, but it's not. So get out of the picture, bro. This is about Seth. This is about Katie, and it's for Sebastian. Those are the parents, okay? Those two. And Sebastian is the son. You're the side piece that came in late, and you're starting too much trouble. You run your mouth a lot for a dude that's a side piece, okay? At the end of the day, let them find their kid. Send your little minions my way. Send your people our way. Dog, even you saw what he put out. It's Taco Tuesday versus Tennessee Tuesday. I guess we're gonna, not we, but there are intent of seeing you guys very soon. Obviously, at the hearing on Tuesday, we'll have a conversation, get coffee, talk about Sebastian, not about your marriage. I don't care about your marriage. I don't care about your money problems. I don't care about what you have. I care about your son, finding your son, and making sure the person that did this is held responsible, because we will find you. You can etch that into your head until we find you, because we're coming. We are gonna find you, and you're not getting away, dude or gal, whatever you are. You're not going anywhere. We're gonna find you, unless you literally kill yourself and jump in a river and burn. Maybe then we won't, but then we'll know who did it if it's one of them. So, like, that'll be closure for somebody. Don't do that, because that's stupid. Your son is at the forefront. We want to find your son. And the less you are out there looking for him, the more it makes the public wonder, do you already know what we don't know, what the police don't know? What do you know that's making you so comfortable to say, I'm going to sit this one out? I'm going to sit this one out. News Nation, I'm going to sit that one out. Court TV, I'm going to sit this one out. Good Morning America, I'll sit this one out. When are you going to get in the field and look? When are you going to start? On the 1 year anniversary? That's coming up, I guess. Is that what we're waiting for? It's been 1 year. The family has united. No, come on, guys, go now. Like, what are you waiting for? It's like the movie, scary movie when she's screaming, what are you waiting for? Is it like what's happening? Why are you waiting? Unless you know what happened. And if you know what happened, why aren't you saying something? Nothing's adding up. And that's why the FBI got involved. It's not just the people that thought that this case was like dormant and stuff. When cases start to, I'm not going to use the word cold, but when they get convoluted, and not from like rumors only, I'm talking about convoluted because of certain brick walls that they have to use bearcats, I'll use that, to get through. That requires the FBI because Sumner County doesn't have the capabilities to do certain things. They don't have the capability to do a lot of things that the FBI can do. FBI snaps a finger and your Alexa's listening to you and it's reporting to them. So that's the FBI. They can do that. Sumner County can't. You think that reward went that high for no reason? They know something and they know somebody knows. Now, that's the one thing I learned about the FBI. The only time you will ever see a reward go out is because a lot of times there won't be one. And people say, why didn't the FBI send out a reward or why didn't they get involved? When you see the FBI send one out, that means they know that somebody has that info and they will find you. Okay, because there's not many people that slipped that FBI list. And the longer you're on it, the higher up you go. And the higher up you go, the worse it gets. And when a private intelligence agency matches the reward, you got a problem because they matched a lot more than that. They matched the manpower. 24 times more detectives essentially than Sumner County, literally blew them out of the water, not in a bad way because they need help. Well, I'll tell you why they need help, because they don't answer their phones when they get calls. That place has some explaining to do as well. That's why we don't really work with the local authorities in those kind of regions, especially sheriff's departments. It's kind of iffy. Stick to the state police, state authorities, feds. 99.9% of the time, feds, because they get it done very quick and seamlessly. And that's what's going to happen here. The drama between, not the YouTube, I mean, yes, obviously YouTube, but put that aside. I don't care about that for this second. The drama between Kate and Seth. I keep almost mixing up these Seth and Chris. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing, I don't think. But that's where the drama has to stop, is those two. They have to get together, meet, go look. Not hard. And why are you scaring off people that want to help? Because you guys are trying it with us. And if literally, I'm going to make print out a book so I can keep it for life. It's the funniest book of threats I'm getting for helping a missing boy. Okay, come at me, guys. I really don't care. I'd rather you come at me because I can handle myself. I can handle interviews. I can handle a camera. You guys are attacking people that don't know how to go on camera, that haven't been on camera, that aren't ready to answer questions on a whim, and that have lost their son. They're looking for their son. What do you want them to be on there? Interrogated? By who are we to be asking them questions if we have less than millions of people tuned in at a time like this? Because those questions, we don't need to amplify them on social media when we tried, right? Social media had its run. And I mean, in this case, it had its run. And it's not a bad thing, but now we need to have a rerun with the networks, right? Because that way it reboots social media. And hopefully the reboot of social media with this case starts off and sticks to Sebastian. That's what we want. We only want to find Sebastian. That is the goal. And in the coming days, as more and more people get involved, as more networks join in, as more world networks join in, as more agencies get involved, I hope that the story remains Sebastian. The story, this chapter, this new chapter in the case of the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers is dedicated to Sebastian, because the rest of the book went to Kate, Seth, and Chris. Let Sebastian have his story told. Let him be found. Let him have a voice. Let's talk about him. Let's have the parents tell us about him. We want to know about Sebastian. So again, guys, I'm going to be on every night until we find Sebastian, and it'll be at different times. I'm not sure yet exactly. And obviously, this is just like the starting few days. We'll have people coming on. I'll speak with a few guys and see if I can get maybe somebody from TBI to come on with me with Dog. Obviously, the Dog will come on. You can have him on whenever. But I want to get somebody from TBI just so we can speak a little bit about the dynamics of this case and what is making it so difficult. And obviously, they're not going to be out there saying the craziest stuff. What's difficult is we need more people calling in tips. If you see something, say something. Don't report stuff you see on YouTube as a tip. I'm going to keep repeating that because it's funny. Well, it's funny to me. It's not funny to them because they get phone calls and it'll say like, I just saw Sebastian, and they give a whole description and a location and they leave out YouTube. Yeah, like that. They're older people that watch YouTube, bless their hearts, but they don't know that, guys, please don't call the cops and give tips if you see them on YouTube because they're watching. Trust me, I'm sure this stream has probably like 2 or 3 feds in it. Everybody else's stream does. They watch every time any authority is involved in a case. Social media is the first thing they go to. They watch who comments. They pull everybody's comment feed. They digitally get a digital footprint. So it is what it is. So again, guys, if you see something, say something. If you see him, call 911. It's never too late to. I'm not saying turn yourself in. Take Sebastian to the police station if you have him. If you know what happened, cooperate. You can call the FBI in Memphis. I would not call Sumner County. I would call the TBI. I would call the FBI because that is who I feel comfortable with personally. They have Sebastian's interest, at least from what we can tell, in their hearts the most compared to local authorities. TBI is the go-to. So if you have Sebastian, go to a local police station. Don't go to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, but go to a local police station or call TBI, and they will come. They're not going to come and boot your door down. Just call them. Tell them I effed up. I don't know what to do. He's here. He's fine. He's eating. I'll tell you what happened when you get here. That's what you do. And then you go from being what would be a villain who's going to do life in prison. You might get the, I'm not going to lie, I don't think you'll get the reward if you have him. But if the FBI pays you, we'll give it to you too. But I don't think that's how it works. So, like, if you have him, I don't know. I mean, I'd give it to you. Come down. I mean, sure, you have it. Like, we'll give it to you. We will commit. But I don't know if that's legal. I don't know how that works. But what I can tell you is do the right thing. It's not too late because is 100K that much compared to life in prison? No, because you can walk out of that police station free. Sebastian can go home and this circus can end, literally, for everybody. Nobody wants to be in this mess of like this case has become a mess as far as like volunteers, creators. They don't want to really jump in. And now I see why. I had no idea about the drama and I still don't because I don't read half of the stuff. And I get told that people say stuff. That's great. Say it all you want. If that gets people coming to help find Sebastian, you call me whatever you want. That's fine because that's all I care about. And that keeps his name in there too. So like if you trash talk me, at least make sure you name that Sebastian is still missing, right? That way it doesn't go to vain. Again, guys, if you see something, say something. The goal is to bring Sebastian home, and that's the only goal. This is Team Sebastian, and I'm hoping everybody else is also Team Sebastian. In the next couple of days, we should all phase out the names of everybody else. We don't care about the family as much as we care about Sebastian, and then we can figure out what happened after the cops figure out what happened, which is after they find Sebastian. Again, guys, thank you for coming. I'm going to be on every night until we find him, and day, different times. I'm trying to figure that one out. Stay safe, which you are. Start cooperating if you aren't. And if you're a local and you have any information, you can shoot a text to 25236, or you can call the dog line 83835 83 tell dog, easier. You can call dog at 83 tell dog. You can text me. Well, not me. You could text my team. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be the worst person to text because I am just terrible at DMs, at text. Luckily, we have a team that is amazing and that I love. Thank you guys. At moments like this, when the communities need us to tell a story, if it wasn't for like the mods, thank you guys. See, I'm not used to having like YouTube, so I don't say thank you enough to the people that are involved in making this work. The mods, thank you guys so much. You guys are a family. We literally have been in it since Cavalcante. The people that are watching, a lot of you guys are coming back from other cases. The ones that haven't, hey, how are you? We're trying to keep the drama away and find Sebastian. Again, thanks for helping find Sebastian. That's all this is about. I don't know what else to thank you guys for. That's all we want to do is find Sebastian, get that out there. Hashtag should be searching for Sebastian, bring Sebastian home, find Sebastian. We need to get, like, literally, we have to unite. And it starts with us here on YouTube. It starts with us on X. It starts on Facebook. It seeps into the family. And then, honestly, if Chris, no, God, see that I almost said Chris. If Seth and Katie were to get involved in the search together, it would be night and day. It would be the only difference that would make a difference, because that's one factor that's been missing in this whole thing is the parents together searching. And maybe you guys don't understand the meaning of that, how big of a deal it is, but it is, right? If I was missing and I was 15, I'd want you want both your parents looking for you active. I'm not saying that one of them is not looking per se, but you have to be out there and you have to bite the bullet and go on camera. See, I understand, like, cameras are scary, but in situations like this isn't going to be. Don't go on a YouTube interview. Don't go on Nancy. I love Nancy Grace. I would love you guys to go on Nancy, but I doubt you'll do that. I'm sorry, but that would be funny. But at the end of the day, you can go on Good Morning America. You can go on News Nation. You can go on the Today Show. You can go on the morning shows. All of them, they would have you because your son is missing and America wants to find him. Let's